Okay, so toxic masculinity part. Sorry, I've just got some bloody water on me. And so toxic masculinity part 5. So adulthood. So adulthood. You know, adulthood is something where we're supposed to be able to work through stuff, and you know, that's not always the case. Sometimes the damage has already been done. You know, through years of kind of like not taking advice and not listening, or not being in a place where you're prepared to, you know, take that advice. You know, and it's kind of toxic masculinity. It's a mad subject, really, you know, because it could be, you know, there's so many little different things, you know. So, like for instance, you know, I've been a cyclist all my life, and I had a crash probably about 4 years ago, pretty bad. You know, I landed on my back, landed on a boulder while we were mountain biking, and rather than thinking I will ride home, which is 2 miles home, something in me said, "No, you fucking won't. You'll complete your ride." So I rode another 18 miles. This is on a mountain bike over at Moors, you know, and like up over Rivi and all that way back. And I knew then that I would do myself even more harm than good. Did I stop? No. Carried on going. It's like when you get injured playing football, you know, you're that competitive that you want to be part of the game, you want to be part of, you know, you want to win, basically. Competitiveness. You know, that kind of like feeds into that thing, you know, and it's then them injuries take its toll, and then over years, you know, you kind of like, for example, you know, I'd cycled all my life, and then I just had a catalogue of injuries, which basically led to me stopping riding my bike because the pain it caused when I rode, and that was because I wouldn't go and see a physio. I didn't go and see a physio until I had a car crash, and I was literally, all my back had froze up and I couldn't move, you know, and then in working with a physio, it kind of like unleashed a whole plethora of different injuries, really, that had just taken its toll over the years, you know. And even recently, my dad said to me, you know, he said, when you get back into doing stuff, you need to take it really carefully. You know, the competitive part goes, shut the fuck up, man. You know, but the logical part is that we can you hear that? That's that woodpecker's nest. You can tell them chicks are going because the noise is getting louder. Yeah, so like, and it is, in case of, instead of like firing yourself into doing things, it's more a case of taking it easy. And if it's something that you love doing, you know, you will be prepared to take it easy. Morning. You know, rather than that continual need to push yourself, you know, that pushing, push mentality, you know, gets you nowhere. And it's kind of like, I've pushed all my life with everything, with work, with sport, you know, work hard, play hard, that type of mentality, you know. And you know, I've had quite a lot of realizations quite recently as well, you know, and I've been doing this thing for a while now, you know, and stuff keeps coming up, and you know, sometimes I ignore it and then things get worse, and you know, then again I think, right, okay, time to address it, so I start addressing it, you know. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, because I learned the hard way. I always have learned the hard way, you know, and it's not the easiest way to learn, but when the lessons finally like hit home, they're in there for good, really. You know, so it's like we need to be aware that these feelings and emotions that we experience, that we have to talk about them. And you know, like this COVID situation at the moment that we find ourselves in, you know, people, world leaders, so-called world leaders, and I do use that term very, very loosely, They're doing more fucking harm than good. Trump doesn't wear a mask. Boris don't wear a mask. You know, these guys have got access to the fucking greatest health facilities on the planet because of who they are. If you're a regular Joe like me and you guys, you know, I have private health insurance. It's not going to fucking do anything when it comes to COVID, and I'm not even going to lie about that. I know it's not. You know, but then you see the posturing. You saw Theresa May adopt the fucking Ronaldo stance, you know, the stance where he has like really wide legs, and you're just thinking, what the fuck are you doing? You know, you have all this like posturing from all these leaders, and they're trying to appear as though that they're powerful when they're weak as fuck, you know, because if they had anything about them, rather than this posturing, you know, and this bullshit that they're coming out with, they would say it's a fucking scary time, you know, and it's like all the mixed messages and, you know, what we're experiencing in this country anyway, you know, with stay alert, basically, stay alert means over to you lot, so if you fuck it up, that's on you, you know, and it's a scary thing to think about, you know, and it's like a brain's work in different ways. So we have an emotional side and we have a logical and reasonable side, and the emotional side you can equate that to like the chimp mentality from, you know, that's where we come from. We come from apes and chimps, and you know, they're 5 times stronger than us. So if you throw 4 or 5 humans in a room with one chimp, there's a good chance that chimp will kick the fucking shit out of every single person in that room, because it is the will to survive. And as humans, everything that we experience goes through the emotional centre first before it hits the logic and reasoning centre, which is human. And you have to barter with a chimp. So sometimes you feed it bananas, sometimes, you know, you have to blag yourself, you know, well, blag the chimp really, and say, listen, just chill out a little bit, you know, wait for it to hit the human and the logical side, and then try and come out with some kind of decent reasoning, you know. So we're very, very complex characters, and you know, when you see these world leaders and the refusal to wear masks or the blame fucking game, you know, that doesn't sit with me very well at all, and I just think it's bullshit. And I think a lot of people are coming to terms with the fact that they're being lied to, or, you know, the information's not out there. You know, I heard something, you know, oh, we're gonna have a vaccine. How the fuck can you vaccine a virus? You know, we haven't even got a bloody vaccine for influenza yet. So good luck with that, you know. Let's just chuck loads of fucking money at it, and, you know, there's a bigger picture at play, and, you know, all we can do as humans is talk, is seek help, you know, is be honest with yourself, be honest with other people who are supporting you, you know, try and spread love and positivity. I'm going to do another piece on toxic positivity at some point, because I see a lot of toxic positivity as well as toxic masculinity at the moment, but that's a video for another day. So I'm just going to do one last little piece, but I've just got to walk somewhere to do that, so just bear with me.